Welcome back. It's your wholesomely paternal family member, and today I'm going over some more Play Series instruments. Today I'm going to make a beat using only 40's very own drums and 40's very own keys. The last one was fun, and I like the idea of doing a little series of making a beat using only a specific Play Series instrument, but today I'm using two, because they both go together. It's 40's very own drums, 40's very own keys. They're both made by Native Instruments, and Noah 40 Shabib, who is Drake's producer, if you don't know who that is. What's cool about the timing of this and the fact that I'm doing two at once is that Native Instruments has their Summer of Sound sale going on right now. So a lot of their stuff is 50% off, including these two instruments right here. They're going to be like $25 each. So you can get two for the price of one, which is kind of cool. By the way, I'm not sponsored. Spend your money however you want to. It ain't got nothing to do with me unless Native Instruments wants to sponsor me. That'd be cool. But yeah, I mean, you can make your own decisions, but let's go over the product page and then we'll get to making a beat. 40's very own keys. This is the artwork. Kind of cool. It's like 40's house or something. We all know they got this promotion going on, but hey, it's $25 for a $70 plugin. Not too bad. Yeah, Underwater Keys, inspiring instrument for hip-hop and pop, created by and masterminded by Noah 40 Shabib. 150 presets of electric piano, grand piano, classic synth sounds, recorded and produced at 40's studio. You can shape sounds even more with a range of effects, including a dedicated 40 macro for underwater vibes. It's like a filter. I'll get to it later. It's kind of cool. And it's a Play Series instrument, so it functions the same as the rest of them. And this can go with 40's very own drums. Let's do that one. 40's very own drums, also $25. 15 individual kits, each with 16 one-shots, curated by the producer who changed the sound of hip-hop. Changed the sound of hip-hop. That's a tall order. Each kit contains 16 groove patterns that can be edited in any DAW with MIDI drag and drop, plus a wealth of macro effects. Easy to use customization controls allow for quick and inspiring playability. And it's part of the Play Series. Functions much the same as the other Play Series percussion instruments. They sound great. You got the same 40 macro knob. They're both made by the same dude. There he is. I got Complete 14 earlier this year, and 40's very own drums and keys both came with it. And I haven't really used 40's very own drums that much because I play a lot of my stuff on the pads myself when it comes to my drums and percussion. But it is a really cool instrument, and I do want to kind of dive a little bit deeper into it. And then as far as 40's very own keys, I use that one a lot. I love the sounds in it. It fits my production style, and yeah, I mean, I've been using that one pretty heavily, like a lot of stuff, a lot of projects. So yeah, I mean, like let's get cracking on a beat. Oh, by the way, I sound like hot garbage right now because I feel like hot garbage. I'm sick. I'm being held upright by Mucinex and Sudafed. But we can make something that makes me feel better. So yeah, let's take a look at 40's very own keys first. So I start my beats generally with keys and like pads and stuff before I add the drums. I always hear it mentioned that other producers, other beat makers, they start with the drums. And I don't know. I think Metro does that, but I've never really done that. And this is why this combination of these two instruments is so cool, because apparently that's how 40 starts his beats. He uses the pads, then he adds the drums. The drums are like the afterthought, the second part, secondary to the chords and the keys and the nice ambient sounds. So here is 40's very own keys. This preset's called Raining Keys. And yeah, I mean, you got your A side and your B side, blending two sounds together, just like every other wonderful Play Series instrument. And you got your parameters down here that you can tweak, your randomize button. There's that 40 knob. Pretty cool. It sounds nice. If we modulate that, it's gonna make a banger. You got your sound tab here. You can tweak both layers, both sounds, in multiple different ways. Then you got your effects, a bunch of different effects that you can add to each sound, a bunch of like kontakt effects and stuff like that you can add. Then you got your sequencer, Very versatile sequencer. You can change the root key and all this good stuff of whatever you're trying to arpeggiate or whatever you're doing with the sequencer. I don't use it that much, so I'm not really getting into it. And then you got your macros. You can affect how each macro behaves for each one of your knobs down here. You can assign them to the knobs on your hardware and also assign different parameters to them if you rather have something different. And here you have the settings for the instrument itself. You can change the behavior of the notes that you're playing, mod wheel and pitch bend, all this good stuff, glide, all kinds of stuff. If you want to affect the behavior of the notes that you're playing, the instrument itself. Do I use MIDI chords or do I make my own? Okay, let's add a bass. We're gonna use 40's very own keys for that too. This preset's called Basic. So I guess we can move on to the drums, and then we'll go add some embellishments, and then I mean that's really it for me. I just wanted to kind of mess with these two instruments together. So I've never really gone over a Play Series drum instrument on my channel, but these are fun to use, so I'll do my best to explain it, even though I don't really use them that much. So you got your effects down here that you can adjust for the sound of the kit. You have your kit. You can change out the samples here. You can mute, solo, do all kinds of stuff with the actual individual samples because they're all one shots. You can insert effects. You can do effects on singular samples, and they're all mapped out to like the pads. And then you have your patterns. These actually correspond to the patterns that are built into the instrument. I can play each one. It's also on the keyboard too. Pretty solid. You got some effects for the actual patterns themselves. You can double speed them, you can half speed them. You got latch and retrigger, and that has to do with the behavior of the patterns that you're playing. If you want it to start all the way over, but generally if you don't have retrigger on, it will start the next pattern where the last one left off in time. See, pretty cool. Latch, it's just gonna keep playing. I usually have them both off just for that. Input quantize just quantizes your actual physical input on whatever instrument you're playing this with. If you don't want to be like offbeat, you want it to trigger on the first note or the second note or however you want it to be, you can set a different time denomination for when it will trigger on. That way you can stay on beat, whether you're playing with the metronome or not. Mine's off because I'm usually on time. You have your effects, much like the other instrument, a bunch of global effects that you can add to the instrument. You can insert effects on individual samples, and these are corresponding to what is in the kit over here. And there's also sends if you want to work with sends. And then over here, macros, same as the other instrument. You can assign just different parameters and stuff like that to the knobs on your hardware and to the stuff down here and the behavior of each one of the effects. So yeah, it's a pretty simple instrument. It's very intuitive, and I think I'm just gonna use the pattern that's in the thing. One thing that's really cool, obviously I'm holding down the key up here and it's playing the pattern, but down here I actually have control over each individual one shot. And to do that on the actual machine, you would just drop the octave until you're down to like C1, I think. Yeah. And that way you're playing on the machine. I'm just gonna go with the patterns that are already in here and see if it fits with the beat that I'm making. Or maybe we'll make it fit. So yeah, and another cool thing that you can do with this one, I think is really cool, and I like this a lot. You can take the pattern and drop it in as MIDI, and that way you can like actually edit the pattern if you want to. You can add sounds to it or whatever you want to do. Or you want to add this to another kit. I mean, it's whatever you want to do, but I think that's pretty dope. Oh, one thing that I forgot to show y'all. This is actually kind of insane. Um, I found this out by watching the video about him making these two instruments, but he made a whole like manifesto, a list of how he thought each sound in 40's very own keys should be used, like how he intended it to be used, which you're supposed to break the rules and use them in other ways. But it's really cool. I'll show you. Look at this 40's very own isometric beat making fun. Look at this thing, man. It's a piano in it. The official preset manifesto written and curated by Noah 40 Shabib. Instructions for 40's very own keys on how to play melodies, chords, and bass. And if you go through it, each preset has a how to play. Apollo's lead. Play a lead line in the upper octaves. So I guess some of these, I mean, they sound weird if you play them down low or versus up high, and vice versa. I'm using, let's see, I didn't even look at this like I was probably supposed to. I'm using raining keys. Play as a piano. Hey, that's what I did. Look at that. We're the same, 40, me and you. Yeah, I just wanted to show y'all that real quick. Nowhere did I ever see like this being explained other than in the video about how he made this. Cool, got a layer there, and now we need some light melody. I'm using the lead. That's the preset name. So yeah, we'll do that. Hey, this is a pretty solid little beat. I mean, I put some patterns together. We got what's starting to be a beat. Am I gonna finish it? No, but this was a really fun exercise. Just only using this time two play series instruments. But yeah, 40's very own keys, very versatile. I use it a lot already. And then 40's very own drums. I'm pretty satisfied with it. It was an easy way to get some drums into this beat, and they matched the vibe pretty much perfectly. I just chose a preset, the Sterling Road one, because my son's name is Sterling. But I mean, yeah, this is solid. I mess with this. Again, make your own decisions, but all these things are half off right now. These two instruments specifically, and a bunch of other stuff on Native Instruments website. Again, I'm not sponsored. Native Instruments sponsor me. So I'm not getting paid to say nice things about this. I actually used 40's very own keys, and for this being like my first time really using 40's very own drums, I'm very satisfied with it. But yeah, again, make your own decisions. You can't get two for the price of one, but hey, you spend your money how you want to. But yeah, I mean, pretty solid. I ain't got too much more to say about this. Yeah, let the beat speak for it, I guess. Peace. Subscribe.